in attendance. I really appreciate it. With that being said, I feel sorry for y'all that needed to draw your attention to social networks or whatever you're doing on your phone because you weren't entertained by this. That's part of the society that we're battling at this point. But in other news, this first one is called "I Cannot Love Anymore." I did get to it. People say that I'm too truthful. I don't love anymore, but I used to. Sorry if I used you, but I cannot love anymore. I cannot love anymore. I don't look for guidance from above anymore. Though I do talk to Jake and I know that he listens. We used to sit back and smoke and talk about women. Similar situations, but the people were different. I'm sure he would want me to love again. I just wish I could give my brother a hug again. Everything changes so rapidly, I only remember the face of the chick smashing me. But there's no face when you hit it from the back. I only loved once, I don't know if I'll ever get that feeling back. But I also don't know if I want to, because every chick I talk to, I look beyond you and behind you. And I constantly remind you that I cannot love again, but we can fuck again. Because emotion causes commotion in my mind and it feel like exploding, so it take me a while to get open because it only took my heart a short time to be broken. And I try to put together the pieces, and when I think about love, I feel like I'm at my weakest because I keep it 100 and these chicks be deceiving, so you think I'm a demon and judge me when you see me during the weekend, think I know what I'm getting at before I start speaking. And when I say things that make you smile, you don't believe it because you knew a friend that knew a friend, and all I did was beat it and leave it. You think I got no heart and I'm the meanest, but I'm just honest. I don't want to be misleading. I have infinite reasons why I cannot love again, but we can fuck again. For the last year I haven't been able to give a female anything but orgasms, and they think I'm cynical because all I can offer is my physical, and I just show affection with my erection, so love don't make me miserable. I can give you my body, but I can't give you my heart, and you think that's bananas, but the only woman who has never tried to bring me down is my Nana. Before you judge Dan, try to understand my scripture. Pinky promises have almost always turned into middle fingers, and we're supposed to put a ring on the next one. My mother always asks me, how don't you know what's going to be the next one? I just respond, I'm not impressed, Mom. How can I be when she remind me of the rest? Before I get ready to take another test, I think about my ex. I realize all my relationships, they've only resulted in stress. When I'm in one, I treat them like they're the best, and in return for the love I give, the only positive I look back on is the sex, which is crazy, because they think of me when they're messing with the next. Pause, rewind, play. It's been the same result every stage, so I just spend my time with Mary Jane on Valentine's Day, and I smoke and I think and I relive the pain. All of the thoughts of tying knots running through my brain. I could love again, yet it would probably turn out to be the same, or I could continue my journey through the rain, missing clothes on this walk of shame. But the boys love when you sleep in a random bed, so to them it's a walk of fame. I look into these females' eyes, trying to figure out what they want from me, and it's usually feelings, not a fuck buddy, but they can't get anything but a really good fuck from me. It's crazy, the thought of having a wife and some babies, that's something I laugh at lately. So if you let me sleep over and simultaneously we wake up again, just let it be known, I cannot love again, but we can fuck again. Thank you for bearing with me on this one, that one. And I'm shaking right now because this is gonna be worse than that one. Better than that one. This will help you understand the first one more. I wasn't gonna do this. I was gonna just keep this to myself, but I feel like I'll be missing out. This one's called Best Friend. It's crazy how much can change in a few years. And because of this shit, I shed more than a few tears. It took me a while to process this nonsense. The person I held closest at this school, I lost him. Usually I get a new box, move on and be off it, but this delicious apple I was eating poisoned me. It turned out to be rotten. Throughout my life, this will never be forgotten. And I know it's a sensitive topic, but I'ma air it out. You were one of the most precious things I ever cared about. I gave you my heart, you didn't need to tear it out. Before, during, and after we were dating, you called me your best friend, which is ironic because you used me as a vent to talk shit about your best friends. I wonder, vice versa, or what's worse. I helped you out with your problems with them because you seemed real and you were surrounded by fakes. That's why you wanted so bad to get out of this place. So you planned to do another semester in another country, and we broke up because of that, and because your past did not allow you to fully love me. If you ever dated somebody that's a friend of yours and remained close, y'all probably experienced the same shit. Even though you were in another country, we talked every day. Shit. My brother and my father advised me against it, a relentless, half-physical friendship whose love was strong. That was apparent. I mean, when you were overseas, I talked to you more than your own parents, and I Skyped you in public so you could see your friends that wouldn't call you on their own time. I was messing with other women, you were messing with other men, but we were thinking about each other the whole time. Every night I got so high just to realize I couldn't go see you, because humans don't fly. Last Valentine's Day culture, I performed a beautiful poem about you while you simultaneously went out with another dude and didn't know him, who ended up having a fiance. Who would have thought? To get to the box, dudes be lying a lot. You were going to different countries, you were flying a lot. You had no problem doing you. I tried hard doing me. I hooked up with someone you were friends with. Then you sent a pic of you and a dude face to face, underwear showing, look at disgrace. And that was the end of our friendship, but you realized you couldn't live without me. You were being relentless, trying to fix this and bring it back to the beginning, telling me you wanted me back together, and then you started stripped and hypnotized, watching your body move, and then I stared into your eyes, but I didn't correctly listen until I was home for the summer, and I had a clearer vision. I started reminiscing about our existence, and I started to think about our love-hate relationship and where the hate from. I was surrounded by my brothers who've been there since day one. You wanted to visit me when you got back. Last minute I told you can't come, and I should have kept it like that, because when you finally came, I realized how much changed. Being on your own, you developed some newfound strength that over the last year I would provide you, but now that's broken, like the tapes of me inside you. I started to see the fakes come back into your life, support you. They was right beside you. I didn't know if it was me or if it was them that was being lied to. So what did I do? I told you to leave me alone, don't contribute anymore to this insane brain. No more blame games, no more damn pain. I told you to delete my number and you ignored it. A few weeks later you texted me when I was starting to get my head in order. I told you to do as I asked weeks ago and delete my number, and I tweeted my frustration to my followers. Next day, Stoughton police dropped off a harassment and prevention order to prevent me from exposing you, but continue to speak my mind. That's what I chose to do. No one can silence the truth. That's why the judge didn't throw the book at me and he laughed at you. So I made the decision not to allow you into my building, not to prevent you from having fun with your friends and chilling, but when you took my poetry notebook out my bag the year before, it showed you were capable of stealing. I let you come to cop it too. Now, because when Jake passed, I realized how short life is. I didn't get to spend as much time as possible with him. The pain is killing me, and I wouldn't want you or your friends to experience anything like this. But that changes nothing. I still despise you. I hate being lied to, so I had to write this. Love is a hell of a feeling, but I don't care what y'all are saying. It's not as powerful as hatred. I regret that we dated. I regret that I gave you even a moment of interest. The only thing I don't regret giving you is sex. It's crazy how people don't look back or forward before they change lanes. Two of your exes, myself, and your new dude, all have the same name. And you pretend to be avoiding me. At 100-day social, you picked out whatever friend was next to me, talked to them, and tried destroying me. Only thing you tested that night was my friend's loyalty. And you tried to talk to me about motion in your finger. What fucking nerve. I know my friends failed their test that night. Blackout, whatever, they should have fucking swerved. But back to the main attraction. Lesson to be learned is do not overlook any actions. Let one thing slide and they all multiply, and those fractions will become together on the verge of exploding like a landmine in the Middle East, placed in the open. I'm just hoping that truth and honesty will come from the mouth of the next woman that's fond of me. Shit's blurry with all these random people I don't care about on top of me. I don't let it mean nothing because I'm still wondering if I'll ever hear your apology. So I can't get feelings for another female because that would be wrong with me, because you done fucked up my mind and it's gonna take some time. Or maybe I'll never call another one mine. If not, that's fine, because I always rewind and I think about that gorgeous face that I put all my trust in, and how it's now putrid. It's fucking disgusting. You were my hope for being able to give my heart to someone. I feel like all is lost, an eternal fire burning in my memory, like the survivors of the Holocaust. I put the pieces of your heart together while you made mine fall apart. My mother said it best, only do for others what they'll do for you. You done had many best friends that you lost in your life, so this ain't new to you. I have my best friend Fuzzle since 3rd grade, and that's unusual, and I would never want to see him hurt, let alone make him hurt, never, because I love my best friend more than myself, and it's us, we together forever. You'll remember. Now this one, I'm going to apply to all of your lives, not just mine. This one's called Black Roses. I have a dream to be on MTV, on the big screen, to make Kim K my queen, to have more jewelry than you've ever seen, to have $100,000 cars that are always clean, to have multiple women that'll please me by any means. By any means? I have a dream? Hold up a sec. Have these words not impacted you yet? Malcolm X got X'd and they were shooting Huey Newton because they wanted the white man to remain king, which was not in the vision of Martin Luther's peaceful revolution. How many of you were impacted by the death of George Jackson? The white man's still laughing, but his actions are everlasting. No bullets can shut him up. The Rosa Parks talk stopped, and now we discuss the disgust of that bus driver's uppercut. All white dudes who massacre people are mentally insane, but the story of the ex-cop Dorner, which is completely out of order, describes him as an animal in need of a cage, and if he was of Middle Eastern descent, he would be a terrorist. Isn't this strange? Nah, it's ignorant, and if it was somebody of Hispanic descent, it would be because he's an illegal immigrant. Hatred is implemented into society, screaming loud but hiding quietly, but it's clear as day. For those that have studied history, they want us to maintain these prejudices so we can kill each other like they did Kennedy. It's hard to explain for the blind with a closed mind, but if you're willing to expand your brain, you'll realize the lot has changed. Hundreds of years ago, millions were physically enslaved, and now that's translated to mentally enslaved, where y'all praise 2 Chainz. Hundreds of thousands screaming free Chief Keef. What about rest in peace all the Native American chiefs the United States bullets put to sleep? You're like, does that matter to me? No. They got casinos, but their ancestors continue to weep. I'm not done. I have a dream that by any means I will accomplish to become a prophet, not for profit, but to have the injustices in this world abolished. First, we need to stop lying, stop deceiving each other, and be honest. It's going to be a slow process, like the movement of tectonics. Politics, religion, and race result in less love than hate. We need to open our eyes now. We can't wait for a Messiah, although I'm the mass Messiah, but I don't plan on saving the planet. I just try to open your eyes and help you realize you don't understand it. Freedom has vanished. White Americans complain about the oncoming influence of Spanish and hate on black people when they're the only reason our country expanded. Our minds have been extracted by psychologists, have been infiltrated and tampered to conform you to a world that they've been planning together behind closed doors in their secret societies, dancing, eating like kings while the countries they invade have famines, and compared to our nuclear technology, they only have cannons. We hate on other nations because we don't understand them. We scream, America, our country, the champions, first place. But we're property of a bank the day of our birth dates. They were supposed to give us aid, but they gave us AIDS to increase the death rates. They're like, hey, that's not true. We heard it on Fox News. No, CNN. It was on CNN. Alright, y'all should believe it then. Hold up. I need to breathe again. I was raised Jewish. Talk about my people walking into the showers with that toxic steam again, but it wasn't just us Jews. They would only accept few, and if it wasn't their type, then it's off with your neck, dude. Oh, you want to riot? Try it. Our military's great. Fuel for it. American corporations supply it. They gave a decent price. You should buy it. Don't worry about getting caught. We keep this quiet. A code of silence, like a moment of silence for all the people us tyrants killed in our acts of violence. Just to get more rich and more powerful. You're a great friend, Rudolph, but cross me, I will devour you. Money is the root of all evil, yet most people think it's the most valuable. Back to myself. This is what wisdom does. I can paint a picture in your mind, reenact a script and such, which is funny because I got high. I wrote this when I was lifted up. Weed's illegal, but it's easy to get prescription drugs that'll really mess you up. What's wrong? Y'all see me on the edge. All tightened up. Grab some alcohol, lighten up. You can drink that, but marijuana? No, that thing's crack. Stop smoking that shit, Stacy. You're being black. But mom, no but mom, Stacy. Are you crazy? Why has dad been told me you were with Jamal lately? Are you dating? Do you have any ideas what the neighbors are saying? The kids are no longer outside playing. They're just washing their brains with those PlayStations. Mom, shut the fuck up and listen to what I'm saying. I don't care what the neighbors say. Yeah, I'm dating Jamal. I see him every day. So what? I love him in every single way. And you're just mad because dad almost threw his ring away. Young lady, I'm not young, mom. My mind is older than yours by millenniums. Why does it matter what race someone's freaking from? You're freaking dumb. What if it was our race instead of them? Prejudice does nothing but insult our intelligence. We need to study the facts now, like why is the painted white Jesus tattooed on millions of people from different backgrounds? That's more of an illusion than WWE SmackDown. A guide to life written by men in the name of God that from generation to generation hate was passed down. But will you learn about this mind washing on your free time? I think not. Just watch Love and Hip Hop. You love this hip hop. Bumping it in the car, daddy bought for you because the media tells you this shit hot. I didn't start from the bottom. I started near the top. Why y'all saying you from the bottom if you really not? Have you realized what's in your brain is not really thoughts? We grew up watching TV, playing video games, watching movies and bumping CDs, constantly influenced by outside sources, so you never thought freely. A few years ago, you probably had Soulja Boy on repeat. Damn, remember Soulja Boy? Look at America's soldiers, boys. Minorities hold the majority. Same with the prisons. And now those that want to go to college are in debt from the system. Monday through Friday, either work or go to school, and Friday and Saturday get fucked up. Yeah, you know how we do. And let Sunday be a day of rest. Tell us your sins and you'll be forgiven. Every week is the same as the last, just a different edition. Look at how different we are in each other's visions. Snyder, he's tight black because he's a white boy that be spitting. What exactly is black? Do y'all know the definition? Even before slavery, it was negative. I bet you didn't know this. And everybody think of red when they envision roses. What's red represent? Love and blood. Our brothers died for our country, but we don't give a fuck. And call a female a prude if she doesn't give it up. You only live once, right? Live it up. All of you becoming police represent the same badge that all of you becoming police represent the same badge that whipped Rodney King. That makes me sick as fuck. Confederate flags on pickup trucks. The continued separation of the nation that was once 13 colonies, whose foundation of the nation and its principal ideologies have led to the biggest gap in any country between those rich and those that are in poverty. Hold on, I'm gonna bring that back so y'all can follow me properly. I said the continued separation of the nation that was once 13 colonies, whose foundation of the nation and its principal ideologies have led to the biggest gap in any country between the rich and those that are in poverty. And y'all are constantly wondering what's wrong with me. What the fuck is wrong with you? When you realize something isn't right, what you gonna do? You're gonna ignore it, go along with the system, maybe even support it, buy a bunch of materialistic bullshit, although you can't afford it? What you want for your birthday? A big booty hoe? All I want y'all to do is stop being so delusional. Realize the all-seeing eye is purposely been confusing you from the moment of birth until you lay in your casket. If everyone was colorblind, would race still be a factor? Stop wasting your mind and do something positive like this after you're done smoking. And realize that from your ashes can be born one of many black roses.